after, obviously like a brawl like that, what's going through your head, man? Like, are you feeling good about it because all this like epinephrine adrenaline's like going through your system? Do you have like a downward shift after because you lost the fight? Are you happy that it was just like, dude, we fucking entertain these people? What's going through your head when you go through a fight like that? Like you're cut up. I know that you bleed easily and stuff like that, but yeah, how are you feeling?
It's two areas, dude. During the fight, it felt great. Like I love every minute. Like the blood, like cool. Like I enjoy, dude. I enjoyed the fight. Like I loved being in there. I loved getting in there and scrapping, especially with like a young tough dude who was throwing like hard stuff back at me.
22.
Like, yeah. And yeah, like I enjoy nothing more than getting in there and like scrapping it out. Unfortunately, a lot of our like career path and our mental is focused on the outcome. So immediately after the fight, cool, yeah, I still feel good, yada yada. Like, let's go, that was great. Give me another couple rounds, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the scorecards get read, and then it's an immediate like drop off.
Yeah. So after like the emotions die down a little bit, you're kind of like,
I'm still on the emotional roller coaster right after. Like, okay, cool, down.
Yeah.
And then I remember I walked out of the cage. I've never done this before. I think I forgot to tell those guys good job. Anyway, but walked out of the cage and I sat down on the apron, and normally people don't do that. They just walk right back. But I sat down. I was like, what the fuck's going on? Like, I was pretty down about that because I never felt quite as confident going in. I never felt like my skill set was more adequate to get the job done, and then it didn't. So that one was a rough one. And then going backstage, seeing the doctors and everything, and they're like, okay, let me look at your nose. I'm like, it'll be fine, leave me alone.
Yeah.
And they said, no, we're gonna stitch you up.
You don't want to hear shit.
Yeah,
right?
I'm like, bro, just fucking let me go home. And then so I let him do all that. And then in that fight, I think in the first round, I got punched in that same eye, and I got a little bit of double vision again.
Jesus Christ.
And and I was like, oh my God, here we go again. That one I powered through way better than the Gutierrez one, probably because it happened before.
Yeah,
but
right.
Anyways, I remember I went backstage and I was like, how's your vision, all this? I was like, well, getting a little bit of double vision. And they were like, really? Like, they took it as a big deal. And I was like, well, yeah, but I'll be fine. I was like, I'm good. And then they're like, well, wait around for like 30 minutes. I was like, no, dude, get me the hell out of here. Like, I'm good. And they said, no, well, you're going to wait around. And I was like, great. So I got to sit in this damn arena. And then Elijah Smith, my opponent, came in, and kudos to him. He's a good kid. I've trained with him in the past too. He came in there and like shook my hand and said like, thanks for the fight. What a battle, yada, yada. And then he was saying that choke in the second round. He goes, dude, you almost had me on that. He goes, I was so close to tapping. And then he goes, thank God I didn't. And I was like, thank God for you. Get the hell out of here,
was
bro.
That like a bad, yeah,
that's like, don't talk to me. I was so
funny,
pissed off. I was like, yeah, thank God for you. Yeah.
That's so funny. It's a backhanded kind of like compliment, right?
I don't think he meant it like that.
Yeah,
that's just how it came. And I was like, you little bastard.
But then it's almost, you see that all the time happen. It's just when someone wins, you can't help because you're in that thing. You know how that feels at the same way. And then that excitement they kind of don't know how to act almost. Because they want to go up to you and be like, hey man, that was a good fight. But then you could just tell they're like reeling off their win. And like, it's like, dude, good job, bro.
Yeah. Keep that energy over there away from me, dude. I got my own shit I'm dealing with.
I'm so glad that someone says that, because that's what we see in like Instagram and social media, where people are like, dude, the sportsmanship. It's like, is it like, it's a little bit of signaling a little bit. Like, that's good that he said that, and not like had said anything, but come on, man. Like he was kind of saying like, fuck you, I won.
No, I don't think he meant anything bad. But he's a good kid. But but like I just thought it was hilarious after, because one of my corner was in there and then he left. Well, that little motherfucker. Oh my God. It's all right. It's all good. He earned his victory. Go bask in it, dude. Do your thing. Just do it away from me.
I mean, overall, what I thought about that, it was just a fucking great fight. It's
a fun scrap.
It was a fun scrap. And what you can take away from that, when the emotions die down and stuff like that, that's one in the books, right? I mean, that's how you live. Just in general, like you just feel more alive. And I think that'd count. Now, I'm not gonna speak for you, but I think for objective, like as a fan, it's like, people are gonna remember that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I
It's
hope
not
so.
it's not how you what you say to people. It's how you make them feel.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then they're feeling all those emotions, and those are the best types of fights. I was just talking, to everyone over here about like how it is like entertainment based now, and then your record's there, but dude, you could have a long run. Hopefully, not take so much damage, but then you could have a long run. And like Uncle Dana will probably keep you there as long as you keep putting on those exciting shows, because you've gone to the UFC before and then left and then had gone back.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Which,
It's like, what the fuck? Like,
that's dope. Like when I first got cut, I remember again, boom, right off the cliff, like emotionally just at the bottom of the barrel again. But that's what fighting is, dude. And it's not just like, I don't mean just fighting. I mean life. I mean, sometimes life brings you down there, and like it's about it's not about like what's done. It's about how you deal with it and how you move forward and stuff. And my goal was to move forward, get some wins, and get back in the show. And my goal is that, cool, I'm back in the show. I've been working on getting my wins, and one reason I jumped into this fight so quickly. Like I felt fine. Like physically after the fight, I've never felt so. Normally, I feel like my back's tore up and I slept on gravel or something. This time my body felt good other than my face. So I let the stitches heal up and I was like, cool. Like I'm good to go if something comes up. Like I don't feel good about that decision. I don't feel good about the fight. So let me go prove myself. And then this one came up and we jumped on it. Here we are.
Yeah. For the people that are listening and that aren't involved, that's why I do this podcast, because you are, and I told Cody Steele this too. You guys now are at the top 1% of your game.
Mm-hmm.
Like if everyone's trying to get to the NBA, not the D League, right? Everyone's trying to go to the major leagues, not the minors.
Right.
That's big boy shit. And reading Malcolm Gladwell's book, that's the 1%ers. And dude, all the shit, I'm sure, obviously a lot of your hard work, a lot of your skills, most fall into that bucket, but it's a lot of timing and luck too, right? Mixed with a lot of things. And damn, like people don't understand like dealing with those kinds of emotions especially when you're at that top level. Now I know like homeostasis kicks in, and then like it's for you, it's just kind of normal because you've been doing it for so goddamn long. But then fucking hell, it's like for an average viewer that's sitting on the top row, that's taking their girlfriend on a date, to watch UFC, it's like, that's crazy what they're doing, and I'm pretty sure, when you're walking by them, it's like, damn, that's respect. You know what I mean? It's like, that has to be, at least if I were in that situation of how I imagine it, it's kind of like, at least it's like you're influencing, you know what I mean? It's like, whoa. That guy just went into like a crazy fucking war. And then he's like walking down, there's like a certain aura about it, especially when, that's what I mean, when you're in like the top 1% of whatever you do, which is fucking crazy.
I'll give me goosebumps again, dude. Yeah,
it's gnarly. Yeah, because sometimes when we're in that position, right, it's kind of like at a small scale, and this isn't me trying to like signal anything, but then when I go to the gym or something like that, and then they see the tattoos and shit, they stereotype, put you in this bucket.
Right.
They'll be like, hey man, you work out. What's your like routine regimen? And then at first when I started doing it, you feel good, right? Like people are like, cool, But then now it's like breathing. That's what I mean though. Like for you doing it so long, you're probably like, oh, cool. You know what I mean? Because it's just your baseline now. It's what you expect.
Right.
But to an objective fan, it's kind of like, that's like what you go through is crazy, right? I'm sure you feel that a little bit. When you go to the store or something like that, especially like, with here and here.
Oh,
it's kind of like,
people
damn, this fucking guy.
Yeah, or you fight. And I was like, oh, is it the nose, the ears, the gear? Like what? Let's say, well, fucking everything. I'm like, well, okay, I guess I'm not as incognito as I think.
But then there's a lot of pride in that too, right? You take a lot of pride in training and stuff like that. We're like signaling kind of people too, like status based too. It's in our DNA. So, like when I walk around sometimes and, they're like, oh, do you train? I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Not that it's like, I'm fucking badass or anything. It's just kind of like, I understand why people ask that because most people won't do that.
They can't really relate to it like that.
Yeah, they're like, especially with fighting,
right?
Because they're like, that's crazy shit. Why would you do that? It's kind of like jumping off a cliff with a parachute.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
You know what I
Which
mean?
I want to do that too.
Right. I've done it. But
Have you really?
Yeah, I mean, not by myself. With kind of.
Yeah. Well, I think you kind of always have to, but
Yeah. But no, yeah. So yeah, that was my whole point. It's kind of like I just want to say like respect to you, because when I see those
cheers,
kinds of
bro.
things, it's like, whoa. Even though I am with you guys at the gym, and I'm around that, not at that level, but I'm like, it still amazes me when someone could perform at that level at the top of their game.
yeah.